Okay, guys, we're in our English class for Thursday, April 23rd, and we're going to be doing lesson 139. Okay, in lesson 139, we're on page 285 and 286. And what we're going to be talking about is matching a subject part with a predicate part to form a sentence. And we're going to locate an action verb or a linking verb at the beginning of the predicate part. All right, and we're going to distinguish between the subject part and predicate part of a subject and identify the subject as a noun or pronoun in the subject part. And we're going to choose a subject to complete a sentence. Okay, so why do you think it is important to use clear sentences? Because we want the reader, we want people to understand what we say and write. Okay, or the reader to understand what we say and write. A good sentence tells something that the reader or listener will understand. And the words we use and the order of our words help us to write good sentences. So Christians can use their words to tell other people about Jesus and his gift of salvation. What is a sentence? It's a group of words that is a complete thought. And what do sentences always begin with? They begin with a capital letter. And what do sentences always end with? A punctuation mark. Okay. So what is a fragment? A fragment is a group of words that is not a complete thought. So we don't want to use fragments when we are speaking or writing. What is the next name that you have learned for the verb part of the sentence? The new name that you've learned for the verb part of the sentence. It's the predicate part. The predicate part of the sentence usually begins with the verb. So what are two kinds of verbs that may be used in the predicate part? Action verbs and linking verbs. Okay, what do action verbs do? They tell what the subject does. Okay. Okay, now, can you identify the four linking verbs that you have learned? Let's look at these four linking verbs right here. They are is, are, was, and were. Those are the four linking verbs that you have learned. Okay? All right, let's keep going. All right, so here is a sentence. Let me show you this sentence. The room is cold. The room is cold. Okay, so when you look at that sentence, the room is cold, you will do a self-assessment question. You're going to ask that self-assessment question. Is there an action verb in this sentence? Well, is there an action verb? The room is cold. No, there is no action verb. There is nothing that it's doing. Since there isn't an action verb, we need to look for a linking verb. If you do not find an action verb, look for a linking verb. One of these is, are, was, or were. Okay, so now as you look at that sentence, what do we call the main word or words in the subject part of the sentence? It's the subject. What would the subject be? The room. Room would be the subject. It's a place. Okay, the subject can be a noun or a pronoun. It will be the main word or words in the subject part. The subject part is the room. Is a linking verb. Okay, the subject can be a noun or a pronoun. Okay, what is the subject in this sentence? Room. Is the word room a noun or a pronoun? It's a noun. Okay, it's a name of a person, place, or thing. It is a person, place, or thing. A room. It is a thing. The word room, okay, it names a place. All right, now, what are the four linking verbs again? Is, are, was, and were. Let's not forget those. Okay. What question do you ask when looking for the action verb in a sentence? You want to ask, what does someone or something do? Okay, is there an action verb in the sentence, the cow runs home? Okay, the action verb is going to be runs. Okay. All right, now let's go to page 285. Let's start there. Let's begin there. So it says practice. Match the subject part with the predicate part. You should know how to do that very well, and I think that you do. You know how to do that. So the subject part, Joe, matches with what predicate part? He asked his friend to church. Or it could be he read the Bible at church, but let's see. Eva and Zach, I think that would go with the middle one, read the Bible at church. And the Bible is God's word. So that's a no-brainer. So you want to circle the action verb. You're going to draw a line between the subject part and the predicate part. Find the predicate part by looking for the verb. Okay, so the little rabbit, that's the subject. You want to separate that from the predicate. Sleeps is the action verb. You want to circle it. The little rabbit sleeps in a nest in the ground. Number 5. His horse eats hay in the barn. Okay, his horse is the subject part, and then eats is the verb. So you want to separate that, and you want to draw a circle around eats because it is the beginning of the predicate part. All right, number 6. Eagles live and nest on high rocks. Eagles is the subject. You want to separate it from the predicate with a line and circle live. Okay, number 7. A gray mouse. A gray mouse would be your subject part. You want to separate that with a line between it and bills. And bills would be your predicate part. That is your noun. That is your verb. So you want to separate that. Bills is your verb because it's an action verb. A nest in the wall. Okay, so now we're going to circle the linking verb. Draw a line between the subject part and the predicate part. Same thing. The two boys. The two boys what? There's a linking verb. Were. Remember the linking verbs? Is, are, was, were. So were is your linking verb. So now you know that boys and were will be separated by a line and were will be circled because it's your linking verb. Number 9, the teacher. The teacher is the subject. Then you're going to separate it with a line. Is your linking verb. One of your linking verbs. Tall. Okay, you're going to circle is. Number 10, they are happy. I think you can do number 10 and 11 on your own because you know what the linking verbs look like. They are were, is, are, and was. So now you know. All right, it's just a little review. No, on page 286, let's go there and look at page 286. We're going to circle the verb, draw a line between the subject part and the predicate part, and underline the subject. The same thing that we have been doing over and over. Now, they didn't say underline the subject part. They said underline the subject. Please be careful with that when you read instructions. You don't want to do more. You only want to do what is asked. Okay, so underline the subject. So our God would be the subject part, but God is the subject. Okay, and gives is the beginning of your predicate part. Okay, and you underline. I'm sorry. You're going to circle the verb, and it is gives, and you separate it with a line. Okay, so you can do 12 through 16. Now, let's look down at number 17. It says, complete the sentence with a subject from the word bank. You have your word bank: butterfly, toad, class, it. Okay, now 17, 18, 19, and 20, I'm going to leave for you to do. The blank ran out to the playground. Who runs out to the playground? Okay. Is it the butterfly ran out to the playground, the toad ran out to the playground, the class, or the it ran out to the playground? And then number 18, one blank landed on Miss Jones. What's flying around? And then number 19, a blank hopped from a bush. What hops around? And number 20, blank was brown and bumpy. Okay. What might it be that will be brown and bumpy and hops? Okay, I think you get the idea. So anyway, that's the end of our English class. Okay, and you can go ahead and finish those two pages, 285 and 286. If you have any problems, ask your parents to give me a call, and I will be more than happy to help you.